All right, guys, so we're back here on the lesson, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new session. We're going to click New, Command N, and I'm going to call this Hip Hop Bad Session. All right, that way we know. Everything we're going to leave the same, and I'm going to zoom through this really fast, okay? So we're going to go to Files, click and drag all the audio files, move them over. I'm going to hit Save, which is going to copy all these files to the media folder. Rename these files. Let's just go ahead and put number names for now. And I'm using Tab to kind of just switch through this. Okay, so all these tracks are renamed. And if I want these track events to reflect the name on these tracks right here to the left, I'm going to click and select them all and bounce. I'm going to click Save again. And let's take a look at what happened. So if we go to our pool, we see that we have the original files that came from the desktop, which have the long name. And we have the new files that we renamed. And let's take a look at what that looks like on the folder. So here's the Hip Hop Batch session. We have our media folder and we have our bounce folders. The Hip Hop Batch session, if we get the information on it, is 122 megabytes. But the first hip hop demo session that we created the right way to do it is 31 megabytes. And the reason for that is because on the first session, let's go ahead and jump to it. I didn't hit save. I didn't copy external files until I was sure that my files were properly labeled and properly gain staged. And that way I have the files that I want on there only. On the other session, Hip Hop Bad session, I just copied the files over, I hit save, I renamed them, I hit save, and it created duplicates. Now at this point, I can select all the tracks, all the audio files on the loop, right click and choose Remove Unused Files. Remove them, and it's going to maintain just the files that are relevant to the session, and hit save. However, on the back end, it still has all the information that it did before. It has the original files that I copied over from the desktop, which is right here, and it has all the duplicates, which basically means that even though I cleaned up the session inside of Studio One, my project folder size is still really large. It's 122 versus the right way to do it, which is 31 megabytes. I want to use these terms loosely, right and wrong, because it's all, subjective. And what I'm trying to say is that if you work efficiently, then you're going to be better on the long run. Because this is just a starting point. I just have a couple of tracks here. Imagine what happens when you start recording vocals and adding takes and that kind of stuff. Then your session can get really loaded. All right, cool. So hopefully that gives you guys an understanding on how to properly import files into Studio One, how to name them, how to bounce them, and how to keep your session neatly organized.